Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of CityZilla Plays City Skylines. And in this episode, we are going to be finally reaching prestigious for our university. We actually reached it a couple episodes ago, but I wanted to kind of make it its own episode. Since this is a big milestone, it's really hard to reach. You definitely got to get up there with population in order to get there. It took us a really long time. We built the university quite a while ago. But then also we are going to be building out our office park for the area that we just recently deleted our general industry in, our generic industry. And so let's go ahead and hop out of this view. I love how many people use our train station. I just think it's so cool how well utilized little transit hub right there is. You know what's so funny is because we built the monorail with this bus station over here, less people are coming in here because I think now they're going to use the inner city bus over here, and so we're kind of splitting up the tourist traffic, which is probably good. It helps with traffic and stuff like that. And so let's go ahead and dive in. And so what are some of the buildings that we need to make sure and get? And so we did kind of kill a lot of our city last episode, and so I'm going to pause because we're probably going to be downgraded on this thing. It's going to go ahead and pop back up, though. We have a ton of residents that'll end up moving back in. We lost about 20,000 residents, I believe, with our whole power outage. And then I did end up moving our power lines. It was right here, and then we had deleted it, which caused the whole blackout in the neighborhood. But I went ahead and finally got rid of the trash that was right here. We can still see the little pollution ring. But then I moved our tram depot for this little commercial area over here, just so that we could free up this space for the office park. And so what I'm thinking for this area is, I think the building, because it's the trade school campus area and the prestigious school, the School of Engineering, yeah, it's pretty sizable. And so what I could do is maybe follow this same theme and go this way. But I think maybe as the city expands, we'll probably use this as some sort of transit hub. That's kind of why I've left that empty there. And so I think what we're going to do is just delete some stuff, and then, because these are all doubles anyways, we had to kind of put them in for the sake of the... Oh no, is this not gonna... You know what? We're probably gonna have to get rid of... You know what? I think we might be able to fit it back here. Oh, there you go. And so this could actually be a good spot. Put a dormitory back here. We might even be able to fit 2 back here. That could probably be smart. Maybe we'll put 2. Just because I think it'll look a little more uniform if we put 2. So I'd hate to just kind of leave it there as a single building. So let's see if we can put 2 in there. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think this is going to look great. Yeah, there you go. And it even left a little red tree in the middle. I think that looks good. And so now if students were going to our School of Tourism and Travel, they could live over here if they lived on campus. And so what are we going to do with this? Trade school library. Because I'm thinking what we're going to do is probably put the big school in the middle there. We're just going to place that there for right now. And then I would like to put this one, yeah, like right there. I think that would be really cool, right in the middle. Because then as you're walking down this little section right here, maybe you're at this little academic statue or the botanical gardens, you can kind of see the school. And then even if you're living in this neighborhood right here, you can see it as well. I think that would just look really cool. And this kind of gives us the opportunity to maybe put some trees in here and beautify this up. And I think I wanted to put something here. I was thinking the winter market would be really good because it doesn't have a lot of noise pollution. And then it would kind of help spread out our unique buildings a little bit. But let's see if maybe we can put this in a little bit better of a spot. So let's go over to our paths. And I want to do the path with the trees. Let's see if we can... I'm going to turn back on snapping. And there we go. And I think what we'll do... Yeah, we'll put that like right there. It's the library. It would be smart to maybe put that in a little more centralized location. Maybe we'll put this back here. And move the library right there. Let's go ahead and put a little path in between here. I think that would be smart. And then we can put it right there, and it'll kind of be a little more centralized. I don't really like that. Maybe if we put it in the middle, because then we can make it its own space. So we'll come back here and maybe we'll go right there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And then we can grab some trees and stuff and just put it around the outside, and we'll create like a nice space out of this area. And let's put something else in here. So we got the park right there. We got this. Let's see if we unlocked any other. So Trade School Academic Statue 2, Beach Volleyball Club, Trade School Media Lab. So do we have the bookstore or the media lab? So auditorium. So we have the bookstore. I don't think we have the media lab. I don't think that's a thing that we have. So yeah, we do have a library right there too. So we have 2 libraries, which is great. We got some dormitories. So we need to do the media lab and then the beach volleyball. So we'll come up here and then let's see if we can just squeeze this in somewhere that would work. I know we just put that tree there, but I think this is going to look good right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And maybe we can even follow this red tree guy down. Yeah, there you go. I think that looks great. So now the beach volleyball is kind of surrounded by these. And then let's go ahead and sprinkle in a couple of these guys. Nothing too crazy. And then I think for this we'll follow that same gold pattern. I really like how we did the color on this. I really like how it turned out. I have to place these ones down. And there we go. I think that looks really good. I like how this turned out. Let's see if maybe we can just do a couple regular trees over here. Kind of like a windbreaker or sound breaker for the road, especially if you were studying. It would kind of be a problem having that right there. We still do have this empty space. We probably could do something right there. Let's go ahead and put some of these guys back here. Thought I had put trees on all these, but I guess not. Huh. Oh, there you go. Now they got them. And so there we go. And then for this back, we'll probably just do the same. These regular kind of pine trees. More like sound barriers than anything. They kind of block the view a little bit. And I think that looks pretty good. Did we have any other buildings? Oh, the Trade School Academic Statue 2. Where could this guy go? Because I literally just, maybe back here? Yeah, I mean, it fits right there again, but you know what? We're just going to do it. And I think that actually looks pretty good if we just move this over. Yeah, I think I like that. I like how the trees were, I had prop and tree anarchy on by accident, but I think that looks really good with the red in the middle. And so I really like how this turned out. We are going to zone this guy as some more little bars and stuff, because I think that would just be really good right there. And I think our campus is officially done. I think that looks really good. I think the only thing we did unlock, oh, the museum as well, which is great, the technology museum. And you know what? I think that would look really good right here because we have a ton of parking. And so let's see if maybe we can just get like a small road. Maybe I see we got the one with grass right there, so maybe we'll just go off like right, because I'd hate to just, I don't want to do, maybe we'll go like that, and we'll see if that's not good, because this could end up being a pretty heavy area in terms of traffic, and so yeah, maybe I think we'll go right there, and then let's go ahead and put a path around it. Provide some walking. I think it would be really nice to have that. There you go. And then let's just put some trees around it, and we are going to follow that same colored pattern, since this is kind of the pattern the landscapers took when they were building this out, which I think is really nice. And then let's just put some windbreakers on this side. Okay, so I think that turned out really well. I like how we were able to fit in the museum over here and then the School of Engineering, which it's so funny. The bonus for the School of Engineering is a bonus to generic industry, which of course we just got rid of. And so that definitely isn't the greatest, but we still do have the tourism and leisure bonus and the police bonus, which are great. The tourism and leisure one, especially since we are gunning for the whole tourist city. And so while we're over here, before I forget, since I keep forgetting, we are just going to go ahead and plop in that winter market real quick. I think this would be a great area for it. It's got a bunch of, high density residential right here, and then a bunch of neighborhoods and stuff. And so it'd be a nice amenity for these people. And so let's come in here and let's find, winter market. And then I want to create like a nice space out of it. And so we'll probably do that, put it right in the middle, and then let's see about putting in some path access. Maybe we will utilize these same ones with the, I think that would be good. So we'll come up here and then just do 2 crossroads. And then I want to do something with some character, just some curvy roads so that people could walk through here and just kind of enjoy the winter market. And there we go. And then we already do have some trees in here, and so I don't want to mess with the aesthetic too much, but I think we're going to do the tree-lined roads. I really like how that looks, and I think now that we have this, we're not going to need this power line anymore, which is great. Do we still need this power line? I don't think so. We'll go ahead and keep that one there, though, since we do have the power plants right there. And so let's come over here, let's finish this up, and then let's do a crossing right here real quick. So that's why I left that space empty. Yeah, this would be an ideal position for it. It does demolish this building, which isn't great, but it's not the end of the world. And so let's go back over here to our trees. Did we not put any commercial on this side? Oh, that's so interesting. I think maybe because it was closer we decided not to. Though it would make sense for maybe even some small commercial to be right here, because we don't have a lot of regular commercial, and so I think that would be a good location for it. Surprised we didn't leave that in there. It's because of the noise pollution, but it's not a huge deal. While we're at it though, let's go ahead and just clean up this road. And there we go. Let's put one on this side too, so that this whole neighborhood can kind of be covered. And then I want to do a couple big rocks in here. We don't really have big rocks on this side. I don't want to ruin that path I just put in. And there we go. It did kind of destroy a little bit of the trees on this side, but I think it looks really good. And then let's just put a couple big trees on this side. That is definitely not a big tree. Yeah, we'll just do a couple. Just to provide some shade for people over here. There's already a big tree right there too. And so I think that is going to clean up this area a little bit, make it a pretty nice area now. This is probably going to need to be a 6-lane road though, so while we're over here, we're just going to upgrade it. Because we put the winter market and then we put a bunch of that commercial on there, this is going to become a higher volume road. Nice, and so I think that's a nice addition to this area, and it kind of bumps up the tourism in this area too. Because again, we are going for 100% tourism, and we're at 83, and now with that winter market, it should bump up even more. And so I think let's make sure we got all the power connected. We should be able to unpause it because we do kind of need to run the game, but then we can also see how some of our new changes have affected the city. I don't think we're going to have any issues, but you never know. Once your city gets this big, it's kind of easy to forget things. Make sure your vehicles can reach lines. I'm pretty sure with the way I set this up, it should be okay. Yeah, it looks okay. And we got water. Yep. And so let's go ahead while we're in the water. I'm just going to delete this real quick. And we're just going to have to come back and redo that. But I want to start with a clean slate. And so let's go in here. And I'm not going to use too high a volume roads in this area, though we probably are going to need to have them in some of the areas. Let's go ahead, and this is a fire watchtower, which we don't necessarily want to get rid of, and so I think if we put it in the middle of the roundabout, that would be good. Yeah, there you go. I think that looks okay. Trees would be a little nicer, but let's actually see if we can just do a ring of trees around that. That might be cool. Yeah, there you go. A couple trees kind of surrounded by that watchtower. Because of the pollution right here, it is still affecting the trees, but it will disappear. It's just because I literally had just deleted the landfill, and so not much we can do. And there we go, and then we'll come down here, probably one. And there you go. And then what I'm thinking is I want these to have 2 roundabouts in the middle, so I want to kind of be a centralized location. So we'll probably go like that. It's about 900. That's good. And then let's go to the Roundabout Builder, and I want it to be a little bigger. Maybe we'll go, I think like that's probably good. We don't want to go too big, but we also don't want to go too small. And then what I'm thinking is we'll go 1 off of each, depending. And then we're not just going to zone in everything. We are going to go for a more unique kind of build out for this. I think I needed to be a little bit wider. And so we're going to do offices and high density residential. Yeah, I think. Oh, there you go. Perfect. I don't like how sharp that is right there. Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty nice little curve. And so yeah, what I'm thinking is we'll do just a couple buildings of of offices and then residential, and we'll kind of separate them by landscaping so that it's a really nice area to where you could imagine people want to live in the high rise and maybe work in the office, and it's just in a nice little area, and so not too congested. Probably connect those up. Don't like having the intersection too close, but I think for both of these sides we'll probably connect them to the roads on the other side. So I think that would be smart. And then I'm thinking for this side is something along those lines. And then I'm not going to connect that up. And there we go. And so now we do have some access from this road, but not too much. But then we'll probably do that right there, and then we'll probably do one on this side too. And then I think I'm going to upgrade those to the 2-unit 4-lane roads, because this is still going to be a high density neighborhood. We do want to make access to it a little easier. There could be traffic. I really don't think the traffic's going to be too heavy for this area, but you never know until you actually build it out. And so I think that's pretty good. I was kind of hoping for a little more curves in there, but I think with this little swoop down here and then this and then the bridge in the middle, it looks good. And so I want to do pedestrian paths. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to do that. And then let's come in here, and I want to upgrade these. And then let's just put some path access. And so I'm thinking maybe we'll do a bridge. I think that would be good. And then we can come down here. And then we'll probably just do regular access as well. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And then we'll come down here. Let's see about just connecting it right there. I think that's okay. And then let's come down here. Let's see if we can get it in without. Yep. And so there we go. Maybe we'll come up here. I think that's pretty good. And then we will do one on this side. Connect up that road. And connect up this road. And I think that's pretty good. You know what? We could even add in another little road up here. Let's do that. We'll come in here. You know, I think that road might be a little better. It looks really good. I like the grass in the middle versus the grass on the outside. You know, I think we're going to switch to that road. I think that looks good. Yeah, I like that road. I like having the trees in the middle. I think it cleans it up real nice. We'll just add these, and then let's go ahead and put in like a three-lane one-way with trees on our roundabout. I think that would just look fantastic. And I messed that one up. And so we'll go back to that. Let's go back over here. Change this road back, and then just set up our roundabouts real quick. I think we got pretty good walking access because they can walk on the road still. We've got a little bridge. They can walk on this bridge. Let's see if changing it to this road changes the bridge at all. I don't think it will, but it might. Oh, it does. It adds in that little median, which is nice. And it still has a sidewalk, which is perfect, so they can walk across that. They can walk around the walk around the roundabouts, and then we're just going to paint this in as its own district. And I'm thinking like maybe Uptown Office Park or City Center. I think that would be cool. So we'll do Uptown City Center. Since ideally what we're going to do is try to make this kind of self-sustaining a little bit. It's got this shopping on the front side, and we will need to put in an elementary school, and so let's go ahead. We'll put that guy right. We'll put the schools up here. Yeah, we'll do that. Actually, you know what? Let's do the community school. Yep, so we'll do the community school right there, and then we'll do the creative arts school right there. And then, of course, we need a library. We always need a library. Libraries are good. Maybe we'll put the library right there. I mean, I don't like it on the main road because it's not in our neighborhood. I just don't know. I think that actually, because it does provide a little bit of access, it might be good. It does cover the whole neighborhood, and so let's put that right there, and let's see about maybe putting a park across the street. I think that could be good. Maybe a bigger one. Yeah, there you go. I think that looks pretty good. So we got the library on one side, the park on the other, and then our community school, and then our creative arts school. And then I want to come in here and just put in a couple little smaller parks. So we'll do, yeah, a couple basketball courts. I think that would be good. And then I do want to put down a couple dog parks. I think those are always good to have. And then let's just put a couple smaller parks too, because why not? It's a nice area. And so it'd be nice to have these. Maybe even a couple plazas too. Tried to place them a little symmetrically. Yeah, so we got the two basketball parks, the smaller parks, and then the two plazas. And so let's come up here and maybe we'll do, yeah, we'll do self-sufficient. But then we're just going to do offices and a little bit of spaces. So I think we will... You know, I think that is probably pretty good right there. I want to do a little bit of decorating while we wait for these to go in, and I really like using these pine trees, so I think we're going to kind of follow that same pattern right here. This would be like a really nice little school area, and so I think having these surrounded would be nice. Yeah, there you go. I think that looks pretty good. And then I do want to do just a couple big rocks right here, because it would kind of be like a grand entrance. Maybe even something where you'd see like a waterfall, but I don't, in order to do a waterfall, I'd have to do like an outlet or something. And so I think we are going to do some sort of waterfall at some point, though, maybe on one of the master plan communities. So I think having those just look really nice. The last one was on top of the path. We'll come in here and just place a couple of these guys. There you go. I think that looks pretty good for an entrance. Yeah, I think that looks great. We can actually delete this. I don't really know why that's there. It does do a shortcut to where they don't have to come up the bridge, but I don't think it's really needed. Oh, nice. We have finally reached the last unlock, Megalopolis. 90,000. We have been playing a long time to finally reach that. And like I said, even after that whole power outage, it was going to bounce back pretty fast, and it definitely did. It bounced back quite a bit faster than I was actually thinking. But let's go ahead and look at our new neighborhood. I think on the next episode we will look at the new unlocks, because I think the big thing is we've unlocked all of the squares now, and then we have unlocked monuments, and so now we will theoretically be able to purchase all the squares, which is going to be really nice because our whole metro station has just sunk down so much from the glitch with the 81 tiles mod. But there's nothing you can really do about that. It wouldn't surprise me if the developer or the modder is trying to work on that. And so I think this area has built out really well. Let's go ahead and look at, so we still do have some empty spaces in here, which is really interesting because we do have a demand for residential, but they're just not moving in. And so I think what we'll do, let's see if we can get any other areas. We have the commercial in the middle. Let's look at our unemployment and see. So 2%, so it looks like we may need some jobs before. So let's put in just a couple more of these guys. Let's go like that, a little 4x4 square. And then let's do another one right here. No, we'll do. I really don't like to be off this roundabout, but we'll do one right there. And then let's do a little 2x4 right there. Do a couple little 2x2s. Little 2x2 right there. We'll do one more over here. Actually, we'll do two more. I don't like being off that roundabout, but it's going to create jobs, and that's really what's important right now. Because we do need, let's do a couple more shops down here too. I think that would be good. We'll do some 4s. Yeah, there you go. I think that would be great. I think right there is good. We don't want to overdo it. And we do have some shopping already inside. Maybe let's do a couple little baby shops in here. No, we'll put it on the corner. There you go. We'll do just a couple. And these will turn into like little neighborhood shops, which will be nice to have. Yeah, there you go. And so those should actually fill in pretty quick with just some little shops. Yeah, like look, it's a little soy and lentils, like cafe kind of thing. I think it's either a cafe or like a grocery store. Yeah, we did go drop down from prestigious, but yeah, look, it's even got, it's like a little restaurant. Soy and lentils, which is perfect for this little area. I think it works really well. And so I think this area right here would be good for residential. Maybe right here too. And probably over here. Could probably even fit a couple small guys down here. And then I want to come through and put in some more paths for the areas that we didn't fill in. And there we go. And so now we have expanded our walking paths just a little bit, enough to where people could get around and also just enjoy the area. And then I think what we'll end up doing as well is probably placing down some trees everywhere, because I think that would just be really nice. There you go. We'll do one over here too. And there you go. And so now we have definitely provided some access, which is great. Let's come in here since we are not going to put in any commercial right here. We'll just do that. I think we have a pretty extensive walking network now. I think we'll go ahead and go down here too. And then let's just place some trees. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. I think we're just going to follow these same kind of pine tree looking things. I think they look really good. And there we go. I think that looks pretty good. I tried not to destroy as much of the zoning as I could, because I really didn't want to get rid of the opportunities for people to still move in, and so I did go pretty heavy on the foliage in some of these areas though. But I think it's going to look really good, especially as it builds out. I think already the neighborhood just looks great. Having the grass with the game kind of looks a little plain, but in real life having these grass lawns would be really nice. And then I think we added a ton of walking paths that just make it look really good. I think all in all, this is definitely the aesthetic I was looking for. Once they level up, a lot of these buildings will be pretty tall, but we'll still have a good mixture of small buildings since we did the 2x2s and some of the 3x2s for the zoning. And so I think that looks pretty good. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you think. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will catch you on the next one.